Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Scyushi, and today we're going to be talking about the best ally in Trove. There's quite a few options right now, especially when it comes to the end game, and I wanted to kind of go into a bit more detail with all of this. Of course, we're going to completely exclude some of the earlier game allies and so on and so forth because, I don't know, that could be another video where you're just starting out. Maybe we could talk about the allies that you could end up getting. I don't know. Let me know in the comments or leave a like or something if you want to see that happen sometime in the future. But for today, we're going to be talking about the end game items. So the more obvious ones are going to be Scorpius and whatever else. Those are, of course, going to end up being obtained in the skill tree. So the skill tree has like a bunch of different things that you're going to need to get regardless of whether you're at the end game or focusing on a specific class or not, because we've basically got a couple different parts of this skill tree that will end up giving us various items. So some of these give us dragon stuff. This one gives us Scorpius, for example. Scorpius being kind of the go-to for speed farming, because of course it's going to end up giving you a movement speed boost, with Starry Skyfire being not the equivalent because it doesn't give you movement speed, but it's a really good magic ally. There is a couple other options though. Namely, there is going to end up being some stuff in the Paragon, but again, we're just laser focusing on the big boys. So there's going to end up being the mini Fire Mana Beast and the mini Water Mana Beast. In most cases, these will be the best for you. Just when it comes to like the end game and the raw power that they end up giving, it equals to a much higher amount than the other ones do. Now, if you want to get your hands on the Mana Beast, you could of course just go into the basement of this building. I like to use this entrance right here just because I think it's a little bit faster. And you would basically go through the mystic arts and mysticism. So you end up maxing this out, and then there's going to be these collectibles down here. You get the specific fire mana from Fire Beast that's in Igneous World, and then of course there's going to end up being the water mana as well for the water creature. But assuming that you have close to maxed out gear, like with mystic gems and some mystic gear, and just generally have like a really high value of light, there's a couple different options. So for magic classes, the Enchanted Emerald Escort is going to be kind of your second best. This again is very specific for magic classes because there will be this well above 90% HP, you have 15% increased magic damage. The reason that I'm pointing this out is because I didn't even know about this one, this ally in particular. It's a pretty good one. This is kind of the second best to the Heck Mantis, assuming that you might be missing this ally from the event. If you have a high enough light value, this is the best ally in the game because the crit damage scaling, as soon as we end up getting mystic gems, there's basically I'm not going to call it a hard cap, it's more like a soft cap on light. So as soon as you start getting close to around like 13k light, it starts having huge diminishing returns. So if I, for example, had like fully maxed out mystic gear, I would actually have more light than needed, which is why allies like this kind of compensate. For me right now, this ally gives me a little bit of extra damage, but it doesn't really make as much of a difference as it would for somebody truly at the end game. I could just go on and on, but I kind of feel like we should call it here just because, again, there's so many other allies. Like we could get into some of the Paragon allies and how they're really good and for certain various things and so on and so forth. But today's video is specifically focusing on the end game stuff. Like Urchin is a good one for magic. This guy can be good if you don't end up having Scorpius, but the protective shield's kind of worthless. No, I have to stop myself. This is just about the end game. And there might have still been stuff that I overlooked, in which case you can sound off in the comments and yell at me. But for everybody else, there's MasterCard. Smash like, sub for more. I'm tripping over my tongue. Buy the merch you want to support the channel. Have a wonderful day.